GSL.
Welcome back, guys, to the GSL round of 32 of Code S here. We're going into our final match. Let's take a look at today's matchups and see exactly what happens.
Yep, we got Rogue over Trust to start things off, then Fantasy destroying Sue's soul in those epic games, especially that game 1. Fantasy taking it over Rogue next to get out of the group, and now Trust just defeated Sue, and it will be up against Rogue to finish things off.
Yeah. Fantasy's DBZ, man, that's scary stuff.
It is absolutely insane. He is like become so good, but it's kind of like in a secret way. Like we don't get to see it that much over here because he isn't part of a pro team, so we don't see him that much in Pro League.
We don't see him in Pro League or other, you know.
Never see him in Pro League, and rarely in these GSL or Star Leagues recent times anyway. But he is so impressive right now. I'm kind of really happy to see him doing so well.
Yeah, it's really great to see this guy come back, see exactly how far he can make it. He made it out of the group in first place, but talking about this game here, we got in front of us Rogue versus Trust. Trust, we've said it before, he was the underdog in this group. Rogue made it to the final match, losing in the winner's match against Fantasy.
That's right, indeed, and obviously Rogue defeating Trust earlier tonight.
Rogue really doesn't like King Sage on the station, huh?
Sage on stage. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that he'd rather play on Deadwing than King Sage on stage against a Protoss player. It doesn't make sense. I mean, he had the same philosophy against the Terran player that loves to go mech.
Yeah.
Or is going mech today, more specifically.
Kind of strange. I guess he just doesn't mind the map.
He does have those mechanics behind him. And that's what we saw as the big difference between these two players in that last series.
Yeah. Trust, this time he leaves Iron Fortress and takes away Merry-Go-Round. Opposite of what he did against Sue, I believe. Or maybe it was Rogue. Anyway, guys, we're going to jump into the final match here between Rogue and Trust to decide our second place player. Up here in the top right, in the red, our Zerg player. He is
GNair Green Wings Rogue.
Rogue. Now, yeah, he did defeat Trust in that first series pretty convincingly after that first game. Down in the bottom left, we do have the Protoss player.
CJN2's Trust.
Trust loves the force fields on the ramp. Played a pretty healthy macro game in the last game against Sue, though. Went the distance. A lot of that fault of loss was definitely in Sue's court, I gotta say.
For sure.
Going kind of tunnel vision on the Roach Hydra, not transitioning into Hive at all. And by the time Colossus were out, it was essentially game. There's no way he can come back from that.
Is Trust going to show us Forge opening? This is going to be his first time today.
I think he's pretending. It's going to be, I think it's going to be expansion into Forge.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's usually what you'd see in this kind of situation. When you see a scout this early, the Zerg will never go for the hatch first, because all Forge openings mean, you know, lead to a scout this early on.
Yeah.
So it is going to be that 15 pool, and we are going to see Trust go for that Nexus first. Fighting for all man.
Yeah. For everyone involved, I believe he's trying to say.
For everyone.
Yeah. For all StarCraft fans out there.
Who was fighting?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're all fighting.
Oh, we're all fighting.
Yeah.
Wow. Violent times then. Uh-oh. Probe in trouble. Gets nipped in the butt.
Trying to run away.
We are seeing that Forge. Yeah, you know what? If we saw 4 Lings come out, potential for damage is there as well. And I think we will, because we do see 2 larvae saved up at this point. 1 set. No. 1 set.
1 set, 2 set,
look at this. The Forge is not even finished at this point. So if you have a set of Lings making before the Forge is even finished, you're going to get down into his base and possibly apply some damage. Force out maybe an extra building or 2 at the very least. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Valdez.
I mean, look at these first 2 Lings.
Well, he didn't make him as fast as he could have.
That's true.
He waited a little bit.
He definitely may have been able to, like, slip through if Trust wasn't paying attention.
You know, if he delayed his Overlord, he would have had, you know, enough minerals and food for 2 sets in an instant. Maybe he gets there quick enough, maybe not. Maybe I'm just giving false hope to everyone out there.
The
maybe
Zerg hope.
The Zerg hope, you know. It's all false at this point. Swarm hosts are no more. It doesn't matter anymore.
Apocalypse times.
It's apocalypse times for the Zerg. Legacy of the Void is here. We've had our time. Heart of the Swarm was our time. Wings of Liberty was more of our time, actually, funnily enough.
Well, funnily enough, it looks like Legacy of the Void is the Zerg time, the way that's been going.
Well, I believe they nerfed the Ravager pretty hard, so
okay.
Maybe not anymore.
That's good.
It's not good at all, that No, but enough of the jokes, guys.
We got a serious game on our hands.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm going to see pretty standard opening from both. Very greedy opening from Rogue, you know, going for that 3-hatch. Gasless. Adding only 1 gas. Now the second at 5:30. Standard sort of timings. Maybe a little earlier than usual. Normally against a, you know, a Forge opening, you would add the first set of gases around the 6-minute mark is the age-old sort of time to do it. Getting a little bit quicker, wants that link speed out a little bit quicker. Maybe wants to make good use of it, try and cancel the third base. As we did see the last time Trust played on this map, which was the very last game, he did go for a very quick third base. That could be in the head of Rogue right now. And be like, okay, I'm going to get my Zergling speed just a little quicker than usual.
And look at that third base.
There it is.
Once again, very fast.
Very fast. And I don't think it's even going to get scattered this time. Completely not, unless the Overlord goes up there, and it will. So we'll find it eventually.
Okay.
Unfortunately, though, we did see a very quick lair instead of the quick link speed, so we're going to be looking for something else. Possibly something aggressive, judging by just how quick that was.
Yeah, we'll see exactly what the tech is once that layer finishes up. And just more drones for now. We saw actually huge amounts of Chrono Boost being used on only probes for Trust, so he's not even that far behind. Usually the Zerg is able to like pump out an obscene amount of drones on 3 base. But yeah, Trust really trying to get that economy up, play for the later game. Get that third base up very fast. It's pretty protected, not much that Ro can do to deny that.
Oh, absolutely. And I wonder if we're going to see that Twilight Citadel go down very soon. A lot more gateways, 5, 6 gateways being added.
Whoa.
Maybe we're just going to see a gateway all in.
You know, he stops at 45.
Stops at 45.
He Chrono Boosted out a ton of probes really fast. Not a ton, he Chrono Boosted exactly 45 really fast to get it up and get that ball rolling in terms of getting out a lot of minerals and gas, but
yeah,
this is...
He's leaving it empty third base, though. It's an empty third, 9 gate all in. 9 gate.
Wow.
Whoa. Well, it's going to be up to Rogue to identify this, make the right units. He could start making Hydras now, which would probably be his best choice. Currently, there's no probe on the map, no pylon on the map. That's the one redeeming thing here.
Overseer is going to see everything.
He's going to see everything. He's going to be like, sweet God.
Sweet mother.
Sweet mother
of mercy.
There we go.
What am I looking at? This is disgusting.
Oh, gonna get us around on these sentries, actually. Gonna soften them up, maybe kill a couple here.
We're actually missing it. We're actually looking at the gateways that are not being morphed into warp gates.
Sorry, guys. I'm more on point tonight than I was ever. Here we go. Zerg's gonna try and delay this as much as they can, try and trade out as much as they can. While the Hydras build up, Hydraling on the way. Good composition for this, to fight against this, actually. This is probably the best thing you could ask for. He's got to wait for that groove spines to finish before engaging. 10 seconds to go. These spines should delay them just a little while longer.
That's a lot of Hydras. With 2 spines.
Oh, nice trades, actually. Rogue looking to destroy this push.
God. He keeps nearly every Hydra alive, too, and he's got 8 more on the way. I think he's going to be totally fine. We see Trust actually transition. He's like, okay, I guess I'm making probes again.
Oh, it must have been a ling run by in the third base, actually. He got rid of 4 probes, something we missed. But yeah, completely shut down at this point. We could see Rogue going for a hard counterattack from here and trying to end the game. Might actually be the right choice. Or he could simply go into a hive, go for Viper, play out that game that way. Either way is a good choice, I think. He's so far ahead at this point.
Great
50 supply lead as well.
We're going to see Trust awkwardly try to transition It's always awkward for the Protoss when you go for an all-in and you try to transition. It's like, well, let me put down a couple tech structures and resume some upgrades because I'm screwed.
I'm in trouble. Doesn't have Blink either. Just got a bunch of force fields. Blink only just begun. Now we're going to see a sandwich action from Rogue.
He's miles off of Colossi.
Yeah, infinity miles. And not even actually cutting the Hydras in half. Some very desperate force fields, not getting the job done either.
Yeah.
Rogue is looking to close this one out very easily.
Bit of a nervous game here to Trust. Maybe he knows more is on the line now that he's made it to the final match.
Yeah.
And yeah, just not looking good. He's got barely any more force fields. I think that may be it.
That was it. There's none left for at least 10 more seconds.
Cannon goes down. Natural's open.
Well, it's not even going to matter. I mean, one force is not going to do anything at this point either.
Yeah.
Hydras are in the natural. The rest of the Hydras are keeping this army at bay, this very weak army. No Blink, no +2.
And Rogue is handling this so well. He is not overcommitting. He's just waiting. He's like, okay, I'll wait until all your energy is gone. I have an amazing concave. You can never kill me.
Never, ever kill this. Natural is sacked at this point, essentially. The army is getting traded out as well. So many Hydras.
Yep, there's the push. GG, Rogue takes game number 1.
Very convincingly once again.
This guy wants to make it to the next round.
He's looking fantastic. As expected from Rogue, you know, he's been looking so good for so long. It's about time we saw him do well in these individual games.
Yeah. Well, he's on top of it. You know, he made it to the winner's match. He lost to Fantasy 2-0, but Fantasy was looking incredible in the matchup. He makes it to the final match. He's going up against Trust. He already beat him once. I think Rogue's confident. Takes game number 1 in pretty impressive style. Great scouting all across the board. Saw when the third base come up. Saw the amount of probes that were not there. And then he got the Overseer scout too. And he's like, okay, I know exactly what you're doing. I got my Hydra gun super early.
Yeah.
Shuts it down so hard.
And then he used the links to delay for so long. Forced out so many force fields and killed a couple of sentries. Everything went right for Rogue.
He literally handled it perfectly.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's anything he could have done better.
Perfection, Valdez.
Perfection from our boy Rogue.
Now, boy.
Iron Fortress is map number 2.
It's actually King Sejong Station. Oh, wait. It's going to be the wrong map they hosted, I think. We'll soon find out. But basically, it all comes down to this. Trust has to win this game or he's out of the tournament.
Yep, he's looking a little bit nervous too. Looking down at his keyboard, takes a big deep breath. And
this song is sick. I want to get my Shazam up to my microphone and just listen to this for a little while. I want to find this out. With Valdez.
We're just like sitting here bouncing to the music and enjoying this before we get in the game.
Oh, it's so tense. I love it. And it's exactly, says everything it needs to, you know? This is it. This is what's going through Trust's head right now. He's like, the tension is here. I have to win this game or I'm going home once again. I'm so young. I haven't found any traction here yet. Can it be this one? Can I get out of my group stage? Can I beat someone like Rogue? Create the biggest upset. I already took down Zoo. I can do it again. It's going to be hard, though. It is going to be on that Iron Fortress. We're going to find out soon. The game is loading right now, guys.
Gonna jump into it in just a second. Rogue, he looks so confident. We said we favored him going into this one, and I'm even more confident now. Up a game, looking fantastic. Let's go into the game. Rogue versus Trust. Rogue up one game. Let's see if he can close it out. Up here in the top right, in the red, our Zerg player. It is
Gene Air Green Wings Rogue.
Looking to close this one out in a swift 2-0. Down here in the bottom right, the Protoss player.
CJN2's Trust.
Gotta win this game, son.
Yeah.
You're going home.
huge pressure right now.
So young.
Huge. CJ Anthus, they just won Pro League.
They just did.
Round 2. And that was pretty much off the back of y'all. One win from Hero 2. But as a team, doing incredibly well. They were #1 in Pro League. A lot of their players doing very nicely in a bunch of different leagues. By the way, before we get more into this game, I wasn't able to Shazam that song, so if someone can tweet that out me,
oh, we
would appreciate that so much. I know someone posted that in the chat.
Yeah. Please do. Let us know what song that was, because, man, that was sick. I'd love to play StarCraft to that song.
Moonglade's at MoongladeAU. I'm at Brendan Valdez.
Hook us up, guys.
Find us on Twitter.
We will love you forever. We will retweet it.
Yes.
You will get 1 million followers, I promise. More than Justin Bieber.
For sure. We are that famous.
He's actually...
Kappa HD.
I think he's got the most followers on Twitter or something. Or maybe one of the close ones. Something ridiculous.
Look at this.
I didn't really follow it.
Trust is going for Nexus first, and Rogue is going for 14-14.
Oh, my goodness.
If Rogue gets the scout, which I believe he will.
He will. He will before it becomes necessary. This is a horrible place.
This could be game.
This could
Gateway's
very well
not even on the ramp. He's not going to have anything to block.
Gateway's in the main. This is going to be so aggressive.
This is such an amazing read by Rogue, let me tell you.
Oh, perfect for this map as well. And, you know, he does have a lot of leeway. He can afford to drop a game, so he can take chances like this. We are going to see the probe scout.
Oh, man. He gets lucky with that scout, by the way. What if he scouted the other way? He wouldn't have no idea.
For the longest time. Here we go. Link speed on the way. 6 Lings on the way.
Let's see how Trust responds to this. He needs to get up a wall fast.
We usually see the reaction, I think, is the most common is the Forge. He tries to get a cannon down at the bottom of the ramp there. Maybe he wants to get out of Zealot. Maybe he's actually going to sack the natural. There's a lot of different ways to go about it. It's going to be a Cybercore, though, to start things off.
He's setting up a pretty good SimCity in his main, so I think you may be right in the fact that he may sacrifice that natural.
I'm getting that impression right now. Here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, let's it go.
Nexus is complete.
Well, he's going to have to defend with Zealots, Mothership Core when it gets chroned out in that natural. At the same time, we are seeing a pylon war at the top of the ramp. Or the ramp.
Grub's being pulled to help out that Zealot. Pretty nice so far. Although Rogue is going to get to work on that one pylon.
And Speed's going to finish soon, then it gets even harder, right?
Yeah.
He's getting scary already. He's going to lose his pylon at least.
Yeah, he's just going to let that go.
Oh, he's just letting it go. No chance of getting Warp Gate anytime soon.
Yeah. Goodbye dreams of Warp Gate. Still trying to create that wall at the top of the ramp. Meanwhile, the Nexus getting knocked down there, the natural.
I think it just dies, right? I think the Nexus just dies from
here. You just have to let it go.
How else are you going to defend it? You can't defend it.
Speed is finished.
He's going to start trading out some probes as well, getting a few. Oh, I mean, more and more Links coming out. He's going to look for the top of the ramp as well. I mean, it's a Zealot and a bunch of probes defending. Oh, nice force field though. Going to claim a lot of Links.
Wow, that is huge.
Yeah, that's actually a really sick move.
Looks like he will still lose that natural.
At the very least. Doesn't look like Rogue wants to let up though. Looks like he thinks he can end it right here, right now. But that's 3 Zealots at the top of the ramp and a Mothership Core and a Sentry.
I don't think so.
Nope, not going to happen. He's going to go back into drones now. He's up a base, but he's got to saturate it. At the very least, he denied Warp Gate from getting researched at all.
It's going to be really hard for Trust to go for some kind of like big, Warp Gate follow-up, We've seen that sometimes. Actually, we saw that in the first game today, except there were oracles involved between Rogue and Trust.
That's
he just added a couple of gates, went up to 5, and then just pressured, and Rogue didn't have much back at his base.
It can happen. Well, at the very least, these Lings are going to force him to delay this expansion as well. He's got more and more time in his hands.
Rogue back at home, just saturating his 2 bases, as you said. Just trying to get his economy up to par. Nexus going to come down now. Rogue keeping that Overlord in position to scout exactly when that comes down.
And he could actually just go for it, force the cancel, kill these 3 Zealots. They're going to get caught out. Whoa, way out of position.
Huge mistake. He's going to lose all of his Zealots.
Sentry at the top taking a lot of damage.
Now the Nexus goes down.
Yep, delayed even further from here.
Cancelled.
Horrible place Trust is in.
Oh boy.
More and more sentries being added. Warp Gate still quite a ways away. As my English fails me. My mouth slows down. It tires Valdez. My R's are disappearing as well.
Uh-oh. Okay. Had that ramp covered. That was scary for a second.
Fully saturated natural now, Rogue has.
Is Trust going to go for... Okay, he's putting down a Nexus.
He can defend it this time. Not enough links.
Yeah.
Sentry wall.
He's putting down a Robo. Meanwhile, back at Rogue's base, he's got 44 drones, 2 more on the way. Probably just take a third base now and total control of this game.
Third base, and I think some pretty heavy roach pressure from here. So very smartly, for Trust to be adding that robotics facility, maybe some Immortal, maybe even just an Observer will help out, because we are seeing Burrow on the way with this.
Is he going to go for the ramp?
Oh, would he? Would he actually do that?
Trust would.
Trust would.
This is Trust. We're talking about the trickster.
This guy is the trickster. I'm glad I called him that now.
He's coming in with an Oracle.
You gotta say it in the funny voice of the trickster.
The trickster. It sounded more like a cat than anything.
Yeah, that was.
Sorry about that.
That
guys.
was a cat. Like what's going on, man?
2 more gates. There we go. He's gonna bring 4 sentries.
Oh boy.
The Overlord is gonna scout this.
Overlord's gonna scout this. You better react accordingly, Rogue, or you're gonna be in
this.
so much trouble.
Okay. Trust is like, yeah, that's just, it's too obvious.
It's too obvious at this point. 4 sentries in a War Prism. And Roaches are gonna be camping the top of that ramp.
He's still going in. He's gonna see if Rogue like just doesn't react at all.
Just doesn't care.
Hope for a miracle. Rogue's like, it's fine. Whatever. I don't need my lair.
Here we go. He's going for the ramp. You might as well try, right? You can do it at the bottom of the ramp now. Nope. Not even. Gonna fly around, check things out. Yeah, see what's up. Could do some damage here at the third base and a few drones here, but not much to defend.
At the very least, he's bringing the units of Rogue back home to defend, buying himself some time and
Look at
space. That. Really nicely done. Good micro. That's the one thing out of Trust that I've really enjoyed today.
Ooh.
Really on point with this micro.
War Prism got pretty low, 38 HP. And it's going to be an Immortal all-in follow-up from here, Valdez.
Yeah. I'm like, his micro is great, but can he pull himself back into this game?
Can he do
Let's
the Soul
see
Train?
if Force Fields can win him the game.
Can they?
He's got a ton of sentries, by the way, with so much energy saved up. If he protects those Immortals against only Roaches out of Rogue?
Well, is it going to be a Immortal then? Because he's looking like he's fixing for a third base.
Or maybe just making Immortals to hold on desperately?
I think it's holding on Immortals at this point.
Yeah.
It's going to be up against borrowed Roaches as well.
Where's his Observer?
There we go. He gets it down. He realizes that now gives Rogue the opportunity to get in a nice position.
Oh boy.
Near the natural, between the natural and the third base. This is the problem with this map. Look how much of a distance there is. So many sentries on such high energy though.
Oh my god.
Oh, but the Roaches get in. They're going to start trading very efficiently. Actually going to get down this Immortal. And a few sentries. Same time, third base is cancelled.
Yep. Forcing that cancel. More and more units coming out here for Rogue. He's forced a lot of force fields.
Burrow movement just finished, Valdez.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Not going to go for it just yet there.
Yeah. At the same time, he doesn't need to end it right now. He's got total control of this
Just
game.
needs to savor it. Just needs to enjoy it. Realize.
Put a Hydrodon, go to Hive.
Go
like,
to Hive. You know,
get an
like,
infestation pit. It's like,
what?
well...
You know what? The damage is done. Whatever.
Look at the supplies right now, 150 to 90.
Yeah. 60 supply lead for Rogue. 1 base up. Soon to have the composition advantage and tech advantage.
Trust needs a miracle here.
Needs a miracle.
Hydrodon finishes up. +2. Nearly halfway done. Or more than halfway done. And... yeah, Trust just trying to get Blink. Trying desperately to get this third base. And as you put it, like, this is probably one of the worst maps in the pool to try to hold off something like this. Like, third base is miles away from that natural.
Yeah, it really makes for a horrible position to defend for either for any race essentially. And now once again, Rogue going to come in, going to start harassing in front, going to trade out with these Immortals. Nice Burrow movement forward. Oh,
Recall.
the recall.
All right, well,
I like
he saves his army.
Saves his army, loses the third base again. So he's still majorly behind, almost 100 supply at this point.
Yeah, at this point, he's just fighting a losing battle. I don't know what he can do to win.
Well, when Hydras start getting into the mix, Groove Spine finishes. +2 finishes, it gets infinity times harder again.
He needs to get like 5 Immortals. Then he needs to add in some Colossi. Get like 3 Colossi.
Have
Rogue
6
by that
High
time is going to have like Broodlords. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all good. And then you just kill him because you're
There's
Protoss.
that Devastation Pit. Maybe we're just going to see a hardcore counterattack because I think Trust knows at this point there's no catching up. It's do or die now.
Do or don't.
I don't know, man. But here we go again.
Force Field's here. He's got burn movements on all those roads. He's pushing forward, trying to micro his best, but
perfect execution from Rogue. And here we go again. Oh, I love it. He knows exactly how to use them. Yeah, and he's going to wipe everything out here, and it's going to be checkmate. We're going to see Rogue advance 2-0 over Trust.
Rogue makes it with Fantasy in second place, albeit but he makes it. GG, Trust, nice try, buddy. We'll see you next time. Rogue moves on.
Very convincing game to close things out here. And we finally have a Zerg in the round of 16.
Yes.
Yes.
1 Zerg.
1 Zerg has made it through, guys.
That is
So
true.
happy.
Dark not able to make it through.
Not even Dark made it through.
Popped down by a bunch of Protosses. Ragnarok as well.
That's right. It's been a pretty rough couple of days for Zergs, that's for sure. Still haven't, I think we still got a couple of Zergs to go there. See what they can do.
I feel like Trust, what would you think about him, just in general overall, from his performance today?
A nice young man, with a bright future, on a very powerful team. He simply just has to practice more. I think this is a great learning experience for him.
Yeah.
You know, he's got many years ahead of him in pro gaming, I'm sure.
For sure. I mean,
and he made it this far, so he's doing it right. You know, he's a great player.
lots of signs of potential, you know? Maybe just fix his mechanics a little bit, get his macro down a little bit more. He's got great army control. Reminds me of like a young Parting even, dare I say it?
Yeah, he's very aggressive, just like Parting.
Yeah, he's got that kind of style. He's a bit tricky. Call him the trickster. Trickster.
The trickster. I love seeing his Blink Stalker Sentry style. You know, he actually when he went to the macro game against Sue, it was fantastic.
Yeah, able to take out Sue. Sue's a great player. You know, I'm sure Sue had in the back of his mind, he's like, oh, I lost that game to Fantasy, but Sue still going down to the player of trust. So definitely agree with you. Would love to see this guy in the future. He's on a great team. He's got amazing Protosses on his team, mainly Hero.
That's the main one.
To give him a bit of info on how to play.
저그가 탄생했습니다.
Going into the interview
그
right now
주인공
with Rogue.
진에어 그린
The first Zerg to advance to the round of 16 is Rogue.
와, 첫 저그예요. 소감 어떠세요?
You're the first Zerg. How do you feel?
첫 저그라니 뭔가 좀 새롭고
It feels
최소
new to me
동족이
that I'm
돼가지고
the first Zerg.
저거 다 떨어져가지고 밸런스 패치 다시 했으면 좋겠어요.
오늘 경기
Every Zerg
전에는
gets eliminated
구매조가 아니다 이렇게
so
생각을
they
했는데
can fix the balance of the game. That was the plan everyone had going into the GSL.
것 같은데 테란전 어떠셨어요?
명훈이
How was the
형이
ZVT today?
준비를 너무 잘하셨던 것 같고 전 너무 제가 너무
I think
무난하게
Fantasy prepared
플레이하려고 했던 것
very well for today's match.
그래도 오늘 프로토스전 이병렬 선수에게는 가벼운 느낌이 들었습니다. 정찰의 힘인 것 같아요.
You did well against Protoss
최성일
players.
선수 스타일이
네.
스타일을 잘 알고 있어서 제가 꼼꼼히
I knew very well about
오늘
Trust's
초반부터
style,
강력하게 밀어붙이는 힘을 보여줬는데
so I was able to use that to my advantage.
그래도 앞으로 좀 어려울 것 같은데 조지명식을 굉장히 잘해야 될 것 같거든요. 저그 많이 노릴 것 같아요.
네.
There's a lot of good players in the round of 16, so you're going to have to do well in the group selections.
이길 수 있도록 해야 될 것 같아요.
네. 지금 참 분수기 없는 상황에서도
I'm gonna have to practice
키링이
well
답이라고
because there's a lot of good
생각하시는지
players.
좀 답을 찾은 것 같나요?
Well said, Berg. Well said.
이거는 제가 하는 거는 그냥 좀 운이 좋아야 되는 것 같아서 답은 아닌 것 같고요.
네. 계속해서 답을 찾는 과정이 있을 것 같은데
My builds
자, 그만큼 조지명식
kind of need some luck at the moment.
세워야 될 것 같고요. 앞으로
So
좀
it's
더
not 100%
부담하셔야 될 것
perfect.
같은데
So I'm going to have to
조지명식에서
keep improving my builds.
그래도 좀 피하고 싶은 선수라던가 아니면 꼭 만나고 싶은 선수 혹시 있으세요?
Do you have any players that you really like to avoid? Or any players that would you like to meet?
좀 피하고 싶고
I want to avoid Parting,
약한 선수랑 하고 싶어요.
약한 선수.
and I want to meet a
이병렬
weak player.
선수가 지금 저그의 희망이 된 만큼
Well said, Rogue.
많은
Well
저그
said.
선수, 저그 팬분들이 계속해서 응원을 할 것 같습니다.
A lot
앞으로
of Zerg fans will be cheering for you. Any
저그가 많이
comments to your
어렵지만
fans? Like
열심히
Mingli?
연습해서 꼭 답을 찾도록
Zergs are having a hard
네,
time
알겠습니다.
Keep
다시 한번
practicing hard.
16강 진출 축하드립니다.
until you find a solution.
네. 자, 이렇게 오늘 16강으로 가는 첫
straightforward
적을
there.
이병렬
Yeah,
선수와
I like that
이야기를
ending comment. Just keep
나눠봤습니다.
practicing hard. We'll get there. Find
It's
it
true.
in.
Complaining gets you nowhere, Minglin.
It doesn't, Valdez.
Just got to figure out a way.
But when you're a caster, boy, you can do it well.
Yep. Well, the results here from all of our players. Rogue takes out Trust. Fantasy takes out Sue, and Rogue gets out in first place. Sue goes down to Trust, and then Rogue takes out Trust in the end. Rogue in second place. Fantasy and Rogue will advance. I said
Well said.
Fantasy and Sue, but
Yeah.
Rogue having a bit of a better performance today, I have to say.
Yeah, by far. Rogue is looking very solid, except for those ZBTs, but, you know, it's fine. Great games today, Valdez. I had such a blast, you know, really entertaining.
Yeah.
All matches, actually, you know, didn't have a dull one.
I thoroughly enjoyed actually every single one. I feel like maybe the first series was the dullest, but like that was still even interesting.
We were
you know?
warming up, too.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to get on screen our next week's match. Is going to be Innovation versus Creator. We've seen that matchup before. And then Bomber versus Panic to
Wow.
fill out that group.
Interesting group. I wouldn't say that one's the group of death.
No,
No.
it's definitely not.
No.
But Creator, he's had a lot of trouble versus Innovation in the past. That's going to be
Well,
really...
in Terran in general as well,
yeah,
mind you.
That's going to be like a nightmare match for that guy. Although Innovation has been slowing down a bit after his round 1 Pro League domination.
That is a good point. He hasn't been like sitting on top like we all thought he would be. You know,
Yeah.
you see, I had a lot of hiccups recently.
Yeah.
So
His play style is getting totally figured out. He's very mechanic, like he's not innovative at all. Is the point, you know? But guys, thanks again once for watching. We've had a great day here. It's been a long day. We're pretty tired, but the passion is all out of us. We'll see you next time for more StarCraft.